On this King holiday, I'm going to call this one 2013. Of course, I make it known that I spend time in the funeral industry. Now, out of the vendor world, out of the day-to-day funeral industry, choosing my business in the death, another space close to death care, headstones. But when I sat with a family once, and sitting with a family is a time, first of all, death has happened. Chaos is reigning because no matter how long they've been saying that mama's going to leave, the very moment when mama leaves is where things just goes, when you can't even see mama. Now, mama might not have been talking for a long time, but when you can't see her and she's in possession of someone where you just can't see her every minute, that just sends family tensions crazy. In running a large cemetery, I sat with families of every ethnicity, buried probably two Jews in my time, several Arabs, multiple Asians, blacks, and whites. And I've seen family fights across economies, across economic lines, across highbrow families, because there's always some type of family tension. So when people try to make your family, you feel bad about your family and how you all get along together, believe me, you all aren't the only ones. But I was sitting with a family, and when a family sits down and they don't typically, some folks don't plan. So now you're not only in a moment of chaos losing mama, you're in a moment of financial chaos because now mama has to be put away. And when you got multiple brothers and sisters, there's always that moment to where somebody feels like their input on how we put mama away isn't heeded quite as much. Perhaps they don't have the economy of another sibling, and then that sends to tension. And then maybe some sibling that has more economy wants to just refute their voice, but they all have the same mama. And every now and then you can have somebody that ain't really their mama, and then it really gets crazy. But look, all of them same mama. And so we were rolling along in the arrangement. Everybody's talking about the money, and they just kept shutting this one sister down. Particularly, it was being done by a brother whose economy had changed. His cadence of his speech had changed. He had arrived, and so had his wife. And so they were not listening. Let's call her baby sister. Baby sister is what she says. That's just baby sister. So look, we went on, and they kept disregarding baby sister. And all of a sudden, baby sister said, 2013, 2013, 2013. And I said, man, and she put a root on us. I said, man, maybe you remember 2012. You mean in 2012, the thing from the Mayan calendar? Because here we are, it's 2018, 2019, 5-6 years ago. But she said, 2013. So a room full of folks. So everybody asked, what do you mean by 2013? And I'm wondering, is that a spell she can cast on us? Is it a root? Because she kept saying, 2013. Okay, the brother that now was in his good place, baby sister had remember, was 2013 that he lost his job and how she took care of him and fed his family. Ooh, the room changed. I know everybody trying to paint like they got a perfect family. Everybody's teeth is white on the Facebook pictures. Christmas just passed and they're all wearing the same jammies. But before they make you feel bad about your family, you got to think there's some families out here that got some 2013 situations. So to keep this appropriate with those in the death care space and those in the pre-planning insurance space, plan your stuff out. So your kids in advance. So when your kids go crazy in the arrangement room before the money's spent, ain't nobody got to holler out 2013, 2013. I came knowing that my family had one or two issues all the time. Everybody's family does. First of all, there are no perfect families because there are no perfect people. But what was so great when my mom passed for me and my two siblings taking care of my mom's service is most of it had been prearranged. There was so little to tussle about because her burial space was paid for. There was an insurance policy to take care of her funeral. And, no three people are going to agree on everything perfectly, but it sure assisted. That's my word to all of you all selling pre-need. You can use this story because I sold a ton of stuff pre-need after that because I used the stories you hear in the arrangement room are real and they don't apply to just one family. There are other families going through the same thing. So if you don't want, when you pass away and you don't want your family screaming, 2013, 2013, make arrangements. Funeral professionals, keep selling what you're selling in advance to keep away from a 2013 situation. And families, you're not the only family with issues. You're looking at other families through social media, and through social media, they're going to look just like the Cosbys, just like the Bradys. But believe it or not, some of their family reunions had some 2013 situations too. Love on your family. All of us have our own problems and issues. But hey, they're the only family you got. So keep loving them. And get your stuff together. Get some of these old grudges away. Never devalue a sibling. Never make them mini-me. So we won't have any more 2013s to go around. Be blessed.